The processes of photosynthesis and cellular respiration are vital functions that all cellular beings must undergo. Without these processes, the cell would lack nutrients, structure, and would not be able to survive. Similar to machinery, our cells would need fuels to function. One of the most important compounds that cells use to store and release energy is adenosine triphosphate, also known as ATP. ATP consists of adenine, a 5-carbon sugar called ribose, and 3 phosphate groups. The phosphate groups that are the key to ATP's ability to store and release energy. ATP is an important energy source for both the process of cellular respiration as well as photosynthesis is a crucial function for all living organisms on Earth. Most living things have something in common, and it's that we all need oxygen. The act of photosynthesis is what allows oxygen to be created, making it essential for the survival of the ecosystem. Imagine a singular leaf hanging from a tree. Now, zoom in on that leaf. Keep going. There. Within the leaf lies dozens of tiny factories. These factories are called chloroplasts. Chloroplasts use light energy directly delivered to them by the sun as a fuel source to power itself. But how does this actually work? Well, once the chloroplasts capture light, light-dependent reaction occurs and the thylakoids are put into action. Thylakoids are basically assembly lines that begin the processing for the rest of the function. Special tools known as chlorophyll and photosystem II capture the sunlight and begin to convert the light energy into a usable form, which is electrical energy. Photosystem II also uses water from the surrounding environment and splits the molecule as it only needs hydrogen. As water is split, oxygen is released as a byproduct, and those freed up electrons embark through the assembly line. The hydrogen all gets transferred from photosystem II to photosystem I, where it takes the energy produced and creates NADPH and ATP. Think of NADPH as drones that carry high energy electrons, and ATP as little packages that also carry energy. Now we move over to the heart of our operation, the Calvin cycle. Here, carbon dioxide molecules from the environment are transformed into glucose, which is a form of chemical energy. Glucose is the primary product of photosynthesis and serves as the main energy source for the plant and other organisms that consume it. Think of it as our factory's ultimate product. But how is the glucose properly produced? Well, the ATP and ADPH generated by the photosystem I kick in. They provide the necessary energy and electrons to convert the molecules into another molecule called G3P. G3P is then used as a material to assemble the glucose. Once it is assembled, the remains of the ATP and ADPH are transformed into ADP and ADP+. These are recycled and are thrown back into the beginning of the process, repeating the cycle. This entire process can be summarized in a chemical equation, shown down here. Now, with all that said and done, let's move on to
Ladies and gentlemen, today we embark on a journey into the intricate world of cellular respiration, where energy is produced within the tiny powerhouses of our cells, the mitochondria. While photosynthesis is how plant makes its food, cellular respiration is the process of how it uses that energy. It releases energy from food in the presence of oxygen. Although cellular respiration involves dozens of separate reactions, an overall chemical summary of the process is remarkably simple. Glucose plus oxygen goes to carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. As you can see, cellular respiration requires oxygen and food molecules such as glucose, and it gives off carbon dioxide, water, and energy. Today, our focus will be on 3 key processes: glycolysis, the Krebs cycle, also known as the citric acid cycle, and the electron transport chain. Together, these processes play a vital role in generating ATP, the currency of energy in cells. Let's start with glycolysis, shall we? Glycolysis is the initial step in cellular respiration, occurring in the cytoplasm of the cell. It's a series of enzymatic reactions that break down a glucose, a 6-carbon sugar, into 2 molecules of pyruvate, a 3-carbon compound. Along the way, glycolysis generates a small amount of ATP and NADH, a molecule that carries high-energy electrons. Next up is the Krebs cycle. a central player in cellular respiration. This cycle takes place in the matrix of the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell. Here, each pyruvate molecule produced in glycolysis enters the Krebs cycle, where it undergoes a series of chemical reactions. These reactions result in the complete oxidation of carbon compounds, releasing carbon dioxide as a byproduct. Furthermore, the Krebs cycle generates NADH and FADH2 molecules that carry high-energy electrons to the stage of cellular respiration. Finally, we arrive at the electron transport chain, the grand finale of cellular respiration. This chain is located in the inner mitochondrial membrane and consists of a series of protein complexes. The high-energy electrons carried by NADH and FADH2 are passed through these complexes, releasing energy in the process. This energy is used to pump protons back across the inner mitochondrial membrane, creating a proton gradient. The flow of protons back through ATP synthase drives the production of ATP from ADP in organic phosphate, a process known as oxidative phosphorylation. To summarize, these processes form the backbone of cellular respiration, providing cells with the energy they need to carry out essential functions. As you can now see, photosynthesis and cellular respiration are two fundamental processes that are closely related and interdependent. During photosynthesis, plants take in carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen as the byproduct. Conversely, during cellular respiration, organisms take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide as a waste product. Although independent processes, photosynthesis and cellular respiration are mutually dependent on each other. Photosynthesis provides the oxygen and organic molecules necessary for cellular respiration, while cellular respiration provides the carbon dioxide and ATP required for photosynthesis. This interdependence ensures the continuous flow of energy and matter through ecosystems. These intricate details of such complex systems are essential for the survival of plants, animals, and other organisms, and their relationship underscores the interconnectedness of life on Earth.
Hands on your knees.